What is up, everybody? Dan DeSilva here from eCom Dudes, and welcome. I'm really excited about you being here today with me because, well, I'm doing something a little bit differently. You see, if you're part of eCom Dudes Academy, which if you're not yet, I suggest you go ahead and join eCom Dudes Academy. But essentially, there's something that I noticed recently that I've personally more so been lacking on than anything else. It's really going out there and catering content to what you really want. So I decided last night to post something in the eCom Dudes Academy group, and I said, everybody in here, all the members, I want to get your feedback on what you want to learn and what you're struggling with. And I want 50 people to email me, and holy cow, overnight, I'm pretty sure I got like 200 emails from everybody. So first thing is first, I'm gonna do a 30 for 30 day challenge. It's gonna be super difficult, but I'm gonna do it because that is a challenge that I'm setting for myself. So what is the 30 by 30 day? Every single day for the next 30 days, I wanna create at least one piece of content exactly like this and upload it here to the eCom Dudes channel. And my other channel as well will be highly focusing on different entrepreneurial type of businesses that you can go ahead and venture into, whether it's eCom, list building, personal brand development, whatever it is. But in this particular channel, we're gonna be focusing on e-commerce. And today, I'm gonna pick one person here, and it's Roseanne. So Roseanne asked a question on Facebook targeting. So she says, I figured out how to choose good products and how to price them. In the past, I've tested and failed with some of the products, etc. But for the life of me, I can't figure out how to find the right audiences to close the sales. Well, here's the thing. She says, looking forward to your great content this week. Thanks, Dan, Roseanne. So Roseanne, thank you so much for writing in. But essentially what I want to go ahead and talk about is more so Facebook targeting and why it's really important. See, Facebook targeting, there's a lot of different aspects that come into Facebook targeting. We're talking demographics more so as an interest targeting, location-based targeting, male, female, age. There's so many different things that you can test. Now, here's the thing when it comes down to testing. And I truly do believe one of our coaches, Ben, has it down pat. So there's multiple ways you can start off. The first way that I'm gonna start off for anybody is saying go out there and test one single interest and go out there and really go ahead and try to break it down. And essentially, you know, I'm gonna grab my computer right now and break this down with you. So the strategy is actually pretty simple here, and it's something developed by Ben Malol, and I love this strategy. This is a variation of one that I've been using for a long time now. But Ben really kind of mapped it out for me, and I asked him, you know, when I get coaches in, I always say, hey, can you provide at least 2 hours worth of content, do 4 workshops, and provide a cheat sheet that all our members can follow. And the cheat sheet he provided me with here and that everybody's gonna be getting access to is actually freaking insane because it literally listed out every single little process to do with targeting that you need to follow. And it wasn't one of those, do this, 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 and this, and if this happens, then do this. No, it's more so, if this works, then do this. If you hit 300 sales, then do this. If you hit 300 sales, do this. If this works, then do this, etc., and so on. So essentially, I'm gonna break down the top 3 for you to follow right here, and it's really, really important that you realize that something like this, first off, is inside the academy, and second off, if you really want to learn exactly more about this, Ben holds live workshops with us, and that's something you can watch inside of there as well. But the first thing we're actually going to go out there and do is do the product research, whatever it is. We're going to sell a product, right? So for example, Ben put dog necklace purchase. Well, great. And he's targeting PetSmart, right? So he goes out, he targets PetSmart, and what he does is he does 20 plus. So what does 20 plus mean? That means the age. So 20 and above. So after 20 and above, he's targeting the USA. So then after USA, he's doing mobile and desktop. So if that works at $10, okay, $10 budget, he will at least test it for 3 days. If that works for 3 days, you're going to move on. So what does it mean if it works? So essentially, if it works, what it means is you're getting sales. You're actually starting to generate sales. You have traction on it. Now, essentially, you're trying to make a little bit of a profit. So if you're actually profitable, this is great. That means it works. However, if you're just getting by with a little profit, then it still works. And let's see if we can break it down even further. So what you do with that campaign is not only do you go from $10 to $50 for the budget. I know it's crazy, right? But we've been doing a little bit of a variation of this ourselves where we just jack it up and kind of change up the campaign a little bit. What we do is we actually go out there and we drop desktop. So now if that works, what we do is we straight up just drop the desktop traffic. So if you're getting sales, what you're gonna wanna do is just drop the desktop traffic because essentially desktop traffic, if you can get an offer to convert with desktop and mobile, what happens is desktop is kind of, it's not bad traffic, it's just you're gonna have a lot higher conversions on mobile. So when you drop, when you take out, when you remove the traffic source, that isn't the highest performer and you only leave the highest performing in, but you're still profitable, your profits and conversions are gonna shoot right up. And then it tells Facebook, okay, let's keep optimizing, let's add more money to optimize mobile only. So we go ahead, we break down the initial campaign where we started with $10 and we go right away, we up it to 50, and then what happens is we strictly focus on mobile. Now, if that works, very, very important process right here. If that works, what you're gonna be doing is breaking that campaign down even further, okay? So essentially you're gonna let the campaign run for another 7 days at $50 with mobile, but you're also going to be adding desktop traffic, okay? You're gonna be going out and branching out and you're gonna add desktop again. They're gonna be 2 different campaigns, but you're gonna go ahead and just simply add desktop to another ad set that you go ahead and duplicate. Pretty simple. Now, all right, once you pass the 300 sales mark, very, very important, the next part of the phase that we're actually gonna be rolling out, pretty simple over here. As you can tell, we have dog necklace purchase, LAA. So what does LAA stand for? LAA is Lookalike Audience, and we're doing a 1% Lookalike Audience once we have the magic number is 300 sales. All right, and again, this is something you want to follow down to a T. I typically like to do 250 sales. Ben is 300. Everybody's different with their lookalike audiences. Again, whatever you decide is up to you, but I would say definitely keep it above 250 or more. We've tested it with 200 sales, with 150. We've noticed after 250 is when the actual audience starts to get dialed in, and the lookalike audience is very, very good. So again, that's exactly how you're gonna break it down. However, all right, when you go and create a lookalike audience, it's exactly like creating a brand new campaign. You're gonna run mobile and desktop at the same time at $10, right? So Roseanne, everything I'm breaking down to you over here, you're gonna go ahead and start off with your interest targeting and you're gonna let it run. All right, and essentially what's gonna happen is the lookalike audience, if it works really well, is you're gonna be able to keep breaking it down and breaking it down and breaking it down. Again, what you can do is, if 300 sales, break it down even more, all right? So again, that's how you're really gonna start off and scale the campaign. So once you hit that $50 mark, you can keep going up. You can go 20% of $50 and keep on raising and raising and raising. Now, obviously, there's so many different ways that you can go ahead and scale. This was actually one of Ben's methods, okay? We follow one of the same methods, but we don't go right to 50. What we do is we actually go right to 25. So it really depends on what you're comfortable with. But again, like I said, it really depends what you're comfortable with, because I know a lot of people aren't ready to throw $50 at an ad, which is fine. But again, there's so many different ways. If you start at $10, you can incrementally increase every 72 hours by 20% of whatever you had. So for example, let's say Roseanne, you had, let's say you had a $10 campaign, all right? And you increase it 20%, it's $2. So it's gonna be $12. And then another 72 hours from the $12, all right, you're gonna go ahead and put it to $14.40. From $14.40, all right, what you can do right here is add another $2.88 onto the $14.20, I think it was, and it's $17.08. And this is actually one of the scaling methods that I'm using right now. And I just want to give credit where it's due. I learned this from my friend Fred Lamb. That's a little bit of a tongue twister. But yeah, Fred Lamb is the one who taught me this. Fred, he's a monster. he's generated like, I think, $6 million with his eCom store this year alone. And it's crazy because he doesn't use Shopify. He just kind of uses a different platform to sell it on. And he's like, yeah, it's cool. He uses a lot of Google and whatnot. So he's very well connected. That's one of the reasons why I was able to go ahead and kind of figure out this information from him. I had to like pry it out of him. But yeah, this is pretty much something I wanted to go ahead and kind of just talk to you about. And I hope this video was definitely something you can learn from. And Roseanne, I hope this helped you as well. For anybody else, I hope this was a pretty big eye-opener, another lesson. And I'm gonna keep doing these. I'm going for a 30 for 30, really explaining questions that anybody has. And if you aren't yet, what I encourage you to do is check out ecomdudes.com and read our entire blog that we have. We have a lot of case studies. We have a lot of pretty much what to do with whether it's influencers, whether it's Facebook ads, anything really. So again, just check out ecomdudes.com. You're gonna love all the content there. Give me a thumbs up if you want me to keep doing more content like this and answering questions as they come along and just doing a 30 for 30. So the challenge is 30 for 30. Give me a thumbs up and yeah, pretty much check out ecomdudes.com and I'll catch you soon.